Welcome everyone. It is week 3 in the NFL, and as everyone knows, week 3 is the optimal week to start a NFL-based YouTube channel, which is why I'm doing that. I don't make the rules. That is just unfortunately the best week to do that. But yeah, a lot of crazy games in week 2. There's a lot of kicking things that happened, which as a Cardinals fan, I was very grateful to be on one side of the Vikings experience, if you will. It was not a good game for my health, but it was a good game. But anyway, let's talk some week 3 predictions. So, Thursday night, you have Panthers at the Texans. The Texans have lost Tyrod Taylor, I think, for at least a few weeks. Texans have been playing a lot better than I think anybody expected them to, with basically just everybody going. The whole Deshaun Watson thing, but you've heard enough about that. We won't go into that more. Panthers playing better too, but the Panthers also did not lose their starting quarterback. I'm going to be going with the Panthers. I think they've just been playing well. Darnold, free from the hell that is an Adam Gase coached team, doing much better. Glad to see that guy succeed. It's nice when people get a second chance like that and they make the most of it. Yeah, I think the Panthers take this one pretty easily. Chargers at Chiefs, the obvious bottom 2 teams for the AFC West, as everyone saw coming. I think the Chiefs will take this game. The Chargers, while they are on the up and up, I think they have a hard time just keeping pace with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to be upset about losing to the Ravens the way they did. I think they're going to come out swinging, and I think they're going to take the game. I think it's just going to be too much for the Chargers to handle. I mean, that would be a crazy upset. I'd be so happy for that if they did. Good luck, Chargers. Cardinals at Jaguars. So as a Cardinals fan, this game terrifies me. The Cardinals love to do this thing where you think they're going to win a game, so they lose it. And when you think they're going to lose a game, they win it. And so this, if I was going to pick a trap game this week, it would be this one, unfortunately. Last year, though, the Cardinals did do well against teams they should have beat for the most part. Like, they beat the Washington football team when they were supposed to. They one of the few games they won handedly. That and the Cowboys. But they do have this habit of playing to their competition and then also shitting the bed on teams that they should win against. I still will go Cardinals. I think they have just a better football team everywhere, but it still terrifies me that they will lose to someone like the Jaguars, because that's the kind of shit that would happen. Bears at the Browns. I am going to be going with the Browns. The Bears, Andy Dalton's hurt, which then we might see some Justin Fields action besides just shots of him on the sideline and random plays where once Andy Dalton gets going, they take him out and then Justin Fields starts to do something and then the momentum shifts. Don't know what's up with that, but either way, I think the Browns, their run game, I think the Bears are going to have a handful with that. Their defense hasn't been living up to, I think, what people expect for a Bears defense, but I don't think it's been much of the line. I think it's been the secondary that's been struggling. But I think the Browns still walk away with the win. I think Nick Chubb is just going to be too much to handle. It's hard to handle all that Chubb, man. Washington football team at the Bills. So the Bills just absolutely dick slapped the Dolphins last week, 35-0, I think it was. I think that the Bills will win. I think the Washington football team's defense hasn't played to the level of what's kind of expected of them, especially with Chase Young. He did almost nothing, at least in terms of sacking the quarterback, which I think a lot of people, would expect against that Giants offensive line. Colts at the Titans. I think that the Titans will win. The Colts, Carson Wentz, he injured both his ankles. He sprained both of them, but he managed to get away with not anything more serious than that, which that's definitely good for them. but I think the Titans are starting to look like the Titans we all expected to see. They got utterly destroyed by the Cardinals, and it looked like that was going that way again with the Seahawks. But then they started to kick it into high gear in the second half, leading to the first loss in the NFC West. I almost said North. Packers-Lions game was just on, so I've got NFC North on the brain. But yeah, they handed the Seahawks the first loss in the NFC West, and thank you, Titans. You didn't have to do that after what the Cardinals did to you, but you still did, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Saints at Patriots. I think the Patriots will win. I think at home, I'm not going to be betting against Belichick at home. We don't know which side of the Jameis Winston coin we're getting. We really got the full Jameis Winston experience of completely polar opposite. One way over here with the Packers crushing them, the other, yeah, I think the Patriots will end up winning, unless we see God-tier Jameis again instead of what we got this week. Falcons at the Giants. This is just a matter of who wants to lose more. I think the Falcons are going to lose, though. I'm going to take the Giants. The Falcons just have not shown me anything except in garbage time of offense. Like, they almost came back, but then they really threw that one away as well. The Giants held their own with the football team, and I think the football team is better than the Falcons right now. I don't think that's a controversial statement. Bengals at the Steelers. I think the Steelers will take this one at home. Bengals, TJ Watt, I don't know what his status is right now. Not much has came out yet at the time of recording this, but the Bengals offensive line, the Steelers got a pretty good defense. If TJ Watt's out there, I expect them to have their hands full. Joe Burrow, he's been looking good like he did last year before he got hurt, but I don't know how well he's going to do against the Steelers defense. I think the Steelers also have a history of beating the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Ravens and Lions. So the Lions, they haven't started off too bad. I think they've been doing a little above expectations, but I don't think that they get the win here. I think the Ravens are going to completely they're going to be dictating the pace of the game. I think they're going to run all over the Lions. I think that, they just beat the Chiefs, which at the same time kind of makes this a good making of a trap game with Lions at home. I still think the Ravens are going to win. I don't think the Lions are going to be able to pull that one out. Jets at the Broncos. Broncos been doing pretty good. I think better than people expected as well. Teddy Bridgewater actually throwing more down the field rather than the more safe plays that he was kind of known for the last couple of years. I think I read something that he had the most throws 20 plus yards down the field out of any quarterback. But yeah, Jets just were bent over by the Patriots. They had it any which way they wanted. Zach Wilson had a hell of a rough day doing his Nathan Peterman impression. I think the Broncos will win. That'd be a pretty big upset too. If I was to pick trap games for this week, let's say we'll do that. 3 trap games: Jets, Broncos, Ravens, Lions, and Cardinals, Jaguars. I think there's a good chance that one of those teams, like Cardinals, Ravens, Broncos, I think there's a good chance one of them loses. Dolphins at Raiders. The Dolphins, Tua is hurt, and that's no matter what, if he plays or not, that's going to hurt their offense that was already struggling with the Bills last week. I think the Bills might have a better defense than the Raiders, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Raiders have been doing pretty good on offense. Derek Carr's playing well. I think the Raiders are going to win at home. Buccaneers at Rams. Hell of a matchup. Very likely NFC Championship game preview. I know people like to keep a lookout for those. I think the Buccaneers are going to win. The only thing, I think if the Rams defensive line makes it hard on Brady and really pressures him, I think that's the only way that the Rams win. I think that they have so many weapons to defend against. I don't know how you defend against them all. They just have so many. I could see the Rams also winning. I'm not discounting the Rams at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they won either. I think this one can really go either way. But I'm going to give the edge to the Buccaneers because they just look unstoppable right now. I think the Buccaneers will win. Seahawks at Vikings. The Seahawks were handed a very unfortunate loss by the Tennessee Titans last week after going up really big at home and then blowing the ever-living hell out of that lead. The Vikings also, we had good Kirk Cousins coming out the plexiglass, and he was looking pretty good against the Cardinals. Also, Dalvin Cook, any which way he ran, it was basically for 10 yards on the Cardinals. Cook got a little hurt, though, against the Cardinals as well, so he might not be at the best of shape running the ball. I think that the Seahawks will win. I think they'll go up early to where the Vikings will have to abandon or at least not rely on the run very much, and I think that's where they're going to end up struggling when they can't get Dalvin Cook the ball to run to do the things that he does on the ground. Packers at 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers, I don't think has a very good track record of going west and also going south to hotter areas, and he's going to be at the 49ers. It is a night game, prime time, Sunday night. 49ers got a good team still. Their running backs are all hurt, though. I think that's what's going to hurt them if they can't establish any form of decent run, since they are all hurt, and that really sucks, but that's the reality of the situation. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers win either. Both good teams, it's not like a huge upset if one wins versus the other. But I'm going to give the edge to the 49ers playing at home on the West Coast. And then you got Monday Night Football, Eagles at Cowboys. I'm going to give the edge to the Cowboys. I think it can go either way as well with this one. It's not a heavily favored, because I think the Eagles look pretty good week 1. They struggle a little more week 2, but Cowboys, they were kind of similar. Cowboys is a little hard to say too, because there were so many penalties in that game against the Chargers. Anytime anyone got going, it was just penalties. So I think it's going to be a little different on primetime. I think they're going to try and keep some of the flags in the pocket, hopefully. And if so, I think the Cowboys will establish a rhythm, and I think that with Dak playing how Dak plays, I think they're going to be a little too much for the Eagles. Those are my Week 3 predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think I'm a giant idiot for what I picked, or do you agree with me on some of these? Either way, be sure to like the video. Subscribe if you want to see some more from me. Also, I'll be streaming a live commentary and play-by-play on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/cast10. If you want to come by, hang out, talk some football, just chill, I will be there. Cardinals at 10 a.m. Fuck. Cardinals at 10 a.m. I will be up and streaming.